And now we are looking at the North Node. Now, the North Node is not something that needs to be calculated. So this is going to be a brief video on North Node. Now, this is the symbol for North Node. And I apologize, my camera is not working. But, okay, this is the symbol for North Node. If you notice, it does look a little bit like the symbol for Leo. So this is the North Node symbol. And this is the South Node symbol. Okay? So in astrology, we have a saying, as above, so below. Now, looking at the North Node, this is the as above portion. The North Node is actually the crossing point between the path of the moon and the path of the sun. That is the as above portion. Now, the so below portion, basically, the North Node represents the pathway of our spiritual evolution. So, the North Node is your path to happiness and fulfillment. Okay? And the South Node is always opposite the North Node. Okay? So as above, the North Node marks the crossing point between the path of the moon and the path of the sun. And the so below portion, it represents the pathway of our spiritual evolution. Now, in the birth chart, okay, let's talk a little bit about the South Node also. Because when we look at the North Node, we have to look at the South Node also, okay? So let's start with the South Node. The South Node represents that part of your existence that you have already done, that you have already mastered, okay? The South Node is your comfort zone, okay? So if you tend to lean too much toward your South Node, you might tend to get stuck there, okay? So that's the area that you need to move away from, because you tend to get too comfortable there, okay? Also, there are some schools of thought that look at the North Node and South Node as the North Node is the dragon's head and the South Node is the dragon's tail, okay? So basically, the North Node is where we get fed. If you look at it, as if you're looking at a dragon. If you're looking at the dragon's head is where his mouth is, where he gets fed, where he ingests food to survive, or, to eat. And then the South Node is where we need to eliminate what is no longer useful to us. Okay, so keep that in mind. When we look at the North Node, we have to look at the North Node and the South Node together. Okay, so in the birth chart, the position of the North Node, it shows what you're trained to reach for in order to facilitate your spiritual growth. Okay, so the North Node is what we are trying to attain in this existence. Okay, so as I said, you have to look at the North Node and the South Node together. So in this slide, you see that I have the North Node is basically the key to happiness and fulfillment in your life. Now, the North Node is not always your career, okay? Just keep that in mind, because you can have a successful career, but sometimes you might feel like there's something that I'm missing. So look to your North Node to find that fulfillment in your life. Now, let's look at the different North Nodes, because there's 12 signs, so there's 12 possibilities for North Nodes. So if you have North Node in Aries, it means that your South Node is in Libra. Remember, The south node is always opposite the north node. So usually on birth charts, you don't even see the south node symbol because you know that the south node is opposite north node. So there's no need to put the south node symbol on the birth chart. Okay, so if you have a north node in Aries, your purpose in life, your soul, soul, your sole purpose is to become independent and self-reliant, while at the same time moving away from being codependent. Okay, moving away from seeking approval. So if your north node is in Aries, your fulfillment, the things that will fulfill your soul, are being independent and self-reliant. Now, moving on to North Node in Taurus. If you have a North Node in Taurus, your purpose in life is to focus on your self-worth and to move away from spending too much time in crisis mode. Okay? Remember, the North Node is what you are moving towards. The South Node is what you are moving away from. Okay, so if your North Node is in Gemini, your purpose in life is to see both sides. Your purpose in life is to be curious, okay? And move away from those Sagittarius qualities. Now, moving away from being too adventurous. You know, Sagittarius is the wanderer of the zodiac. Remember that. Now, and also this North Node, what I'm going over on this slide, it gets into more of an advanced astrology, but since I did have it on the syllabus, I just decided to throw this video in there. Now, if you have North Node in Cancer, it means that you have South Node in Capricorn. So with a North Node in Cancer, you need to focus on your emotions and a home life. And you need to move away from working too much in this lifetime. Okay? If you have a North Node in Leo, you need to embrace your individuality and move away from worrying about being in a group, being part of a particular community. Okay, if you have a North Node in Virgo, you need to focus on bringing out the order in chaos, being organized. If there's something that's chaos, you need to bring order to it. Okay. It also means that you need to move away from Pisces qualities. Sometimes Pisces can have a quality of being an escapist, you know, like staying under the radar. Like if everybody is going over to the right to help, to help someone, sometimes Pisces might, sit back in the shadows and just watch, So if you have North Node in Virgo, your purpose in life is to bring order where there is chaos. Okay? Now, if you have a North Node in Libra, your purpose in life is to cooperate, to form partnerships that bring harmony, and you need to move away from self-centeredness. If you have a North Node in Scorpio, your purpose in life is to do shadow work, to get in touch with the mysteries in life, and to move away from being materialistic. Okay? If you have a North Node in Sagittarius, your purpose in life is to be an adventurer and to embrace adventure in your life through traveling and communications. And you need to move away from seeking too much information before you make a move. Okay? If you have North Node in Capricorn, your purpose in life is to be an authority figure. Okay? And you need to move away from becoming too dependent on others for your happiness. Now, if you have a North Node in Aquarius, your purpose in life is to be part of a group and a community. Okay? Sort of like leading, being part of blending in with a group. Okay? And you need to move away from trying to be the center of attention. And if you have a North Node in Pisces, your purpose in life is to embrace your spirituality. Okay? And move away from analyzing too much and worrying too much. Okay, now let's look at a chart because I'll show you an example of somebody with an who is obviously following their North Node. Okay, so if you see in this chart, this person's North Node is in Capricorn. And remember, North Node in Capricorn, a lot of times if you follow your North Node, you will be successful and happy in life and you will feel fulfilled. So this person has a North Node in Capricorn, which means they have a South Node in Cancer. So this person's purpose in life is to be in authority and move away from the whole family situation, move away from her Cancer qualities. Okay? So this is the birth chart of Oprah Winfrey. Everyone knows Oprah is in authority in whatever she touches, okay? And everyone knows that she never did embrace the whole family situation, okay? Even looking at her relationship with Stedman, they've been together for years, but they have never, been married, which this is also shown here. She has Uranus in the 7th house. The 7th house deals with partnerships. Uranus deals with freedom. Uranus deals with surprise. Uranus deals with the unconventional. And if anybody has followed Oprah's life, they know that her relationship with Stedman is very untraditional. They've been together for years. They have not been married. And that is shown here. She has Uranus in the 7th house. She also has South Node in Cancer, which means that she's moving away from the whole family situation. In this lifetime, in order for her to feel like she is fulfilled, she has to move away from the whole Cancer qualities within her and focus more on her Capricorn, her North Node in Capricorn. So again, that is North Node in a nutshell. So it's nothing really that we're going to focus on in this class, but it is something that is very important because, again, remember, North Node holds the keys to happiness and fulfillment. So if you follow your North Node, you will feel fulfilled in life. And also, you will also notice that when you follow your North Node, it is very easy for you. Okay, like for an example, I have North Node in Aquarius. It is very easy for me to bring groups of people together. You know, I'm always the one who's planning the office party. I'm the one who brings the family together for celebrations. I'm the one who comes up with, trips for the family to go on and things like that. So it's very easy for me to do those things. Now, if you know some people have trouble planning, but planning for me has never been a problem. And maybe my North Node in Aquarius assists me in being very efficient in that. Okay. And then looking at Oprah, she has North Node in Capricorn. It is very easy for her to be in authority. Okay, some people have trouble being authority, figures because maybe that's just not part of their makeup. So anyway, that is North Node. I just wanted to bring this video to you. And this is the symbol for North Node. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. I hope everyone is enjoying the class.